Hey everybody, Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich here with a quick update on our rain chances on Sunday. This is a big deal. It's the weekend and we actually have a chance of rain, but it's not as big a deal as some might think. So let's get to it. So, what am I talking about? Well, we need rain. I know a lot of folks have outdoor plans this weekend. Trust me, I'm one of them. You don't want it to rain on the weekend, but boy, it's been 18 days with no measurable rainfall. We need some rain. So, what are we watching? This cold front right here, which is going to be moving across the country. Now, normally we'd be super excited for some rainfall here, and maybe not excited if you have outdoor plans on Sunday. But let me show you what's going to happen here. This system is going to be pretty strong to our west, and as it gets closer to us, it's going to weaken. Now, first things first, let's look at the severe weather risk because I know that's a thing that people always want to talk about. There are some strong to severe storms possible to our west. Pretty big area here over the middle Mississippi River Valley. That's today, Saturday. Sunday, as this pushes east, you probably say, I think we're probably going to see severe weather east. Look what happens. This is the severe weather risk for Sunday. Notice there's a split, and this is actually what's happening with the system. Some of the energy up here is going this direction, some is going this direction. It's doing the good old Carolina split. Now, it doesn't mean we won't see rain or even a strong storm or two. I don't think it'll be that strong, but I do think we could see a thunderstorm or two. I think it's really going to depend on who sees rain at all, because a lot of areas could miss out completely as this pushes to the east. So let's take a quick look at the future cast of what it could look like tomorrow afternoon. All right, let's dive head first into the future cast. So today, Saturday the 18th, no issues at all. You're fine to do all your outdoor activities. It's going to be warm, by the way. 70s in the mountains, close to 80 in the Piedmont. You see the big front moving in from the west. This is in central Tennessee. I'm going to stop this around 1:30 in the morning, Sunday morning. So pretty good line here. Notice over the Carolinas, we're dry. We go into early Sunday morning. So I'm going to stop this just after sunrise here. So this is sunrise Sunday. So notice we wake up Sunday, probably some clouds, but all in all, not a big deal. Let's go through Sunday afternoon. I'm going to stop a couple of times here. I'm going to get to about 12 o'clock. So here's noon. The rain has just moved into maybe southwestern North Carolina, west of Asheville, but notice it's still dry. So the morning hours, no issues. We go until about midday, 2 o'clock. That first band of rain is falling apart. So could there be a sprinkle? But yeah, 2 o'clock, but this isn't enough to be changing or canceling plans. Mid afternoon looks fine, right? So we get later in the afternoon, the thing kind of falls apart. You see, there's just not as much moisture, a little cluster up here and down here, but in between. Now, the front is still back to the west at this time. This is around 3:45, 4 o'clock. So if you've got plans through 4 o'clock, you're probably safe, right? So we get to 5, 6 o'clock. This is 5:30 Sunday. That's just not a lot of rain. So again, when I tell people, yeah, there's a chance of rain on Sunday, I'd say it's 30, 40%, but it's not enough that I would cancel plans because even if you see a shower, it's going to be short lived and done. And probably most of the day would be completely dry. So I personally would not change plans for any of this. I would definitely just bring an umbrella or a poncho just in case it rains, or just be ready to run to shelter briefly and then let the storm pass over. Now, as we get later in the evening, this is around 7:30. Here comes the cold front. So this is after sunset. Remember, sunset's at 6:45, so it's dark. So after sunset looks to be our best chance of rain. So if I were to say, hey, Sunday, when's it going to rain? I'd say right there, because this looks like a pretty good line with the cold front pushing through, especially for I-40 north up towards Greensboro. Those look like thunderstorms there. That's why there's that low risk overall. But honestly, this is a pretty small chance of rain. This is not going to do zero anything for the drought, but it's still a chance of rain on a weekend. So we go through 7:30, 8:30. There's 8:15. So this is when the line gets a little beefier, right? So right around this time frame, 8:15. So again, hear me out here. There's a chance of rain tomorrow, but if it happens, it's probably going to be after dinner time for most of us. So if you have outdoor plans during the day, while I can't rule out a dying shower trying to make it over the mountains, most likely you're going to be fine until after sunset. And then hopefully we get some downpours, but I wouldn't count on it because that moves through fairly quickly. And by 10 o'clock, you see the front pushing east and actually gets more active here. And this is partially because there's going to be a little bit more moisture coming in from the Atlantic, which is going to help them out. So that could help supply a little bit more of a rain chance there. But this is through almost midnight Monday morning. And then we go into early Monday and you can see the front pushing off to the east. So how much rain are we talking about? Well, I always like to look at the blend of models, not a single model. This is in full transparency, blend of models here. We go through time, obviously nothing today. We'll go into tomorrow morning. This is after sunrise. We'll go to the middle of the day. This is like basically 1 o'clock in the afternoon. No rain really yet. It's a little bit in the southwestern part. We go into the evening hours. This is right around, basically 7 p.m. or so, 6 or 7. That's when the first rain comes in. And then it moves across into early Monday. And you see the rain totals. Again, this is why it's not a drought buster. Certainly not going to do a whole lot, but a quarter inch possible. But I really want you to focus on the timing here. This is basically around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock, excuse me, in the afternoon. We haven't fallen back yet. So 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 18Z. This is right around, 8 p.m. So you notice that the rain chance is really around 7 to 8 p.m. So middle of the day looks fine. And again, I'll go back and loop this a couple times so you get a good idea. Notice the clock right up there, north of Bowling Green on the map there. We'll pause it right here. I'll go a little slower, go hour by hour, 9:30 tomorrow morning. This is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, dying line of showers, probably going to fall apart. I don't think that's going to make it because it's run into really dry air. That's part of the problem. The air mass here is pretty dry. We need to pull up some moisture. It's really along the front that we're hoping to get some rain, and that arrives earliest 6 o'clock, maybe 5 o'clock p.m. if you want to be really optimistic or really conservative. 5, 6 o'clock earliest, but probably the worst of it around 7, 8 o'clock. And then eastern North Carolina heads up. Some rain, probably some thunderstorms. Again, don't be surprised if you hear a rumble of thunder as we go through Sunday. So that's a quick update on your Sunday forecast. Hopefully we get some rain, but hopefully it doesn't ruin your plans. But at this point, beggars can't be choosers. We need to get rain any way we can right now.